All right, what's up, Earth signs? What it do? Let's go ahead and get your little mid-month readings out of the way here. See if we can get you some good, productive messages for the middle of the month of June. Okay? This will be one mini reading for Taurus, one mini reading for Virgo, and one mini reading for Capricorn. Okay? So, the same rules apply as always. If you would like information on scheduling a personal reading, look in the description of the video. I also have some new stuff in the description of the video. New stuff, okay? Leah has a new Instagram account, okay? She is now making and selling homemade crystal jewelry. It's really badass, actually. Check that out. That's in the description as well, okay? So, I think an Etsy page is coming now. For now, it's all right on Instagram, but it's actually really, really cool. Super cool. Crystal jewelry. High vibrational hobby, man. Badass, dude. Anywho, that's what this is all. That's where we did all this. That's where we made all this stuff. We make stuff like this. She makes it, though. Okay, so, anyway. Do we have any Taurus people in the chat? Do we got any Taurus people in the chat? Taurus, 151 people. Howdy doody, howdy doody. Taurus people, let's conserve my energy. I still got lots of personal readings to do today. Let's conserve my energy. Taurus. I'm not getting a jumper with this deck. This is a weird deck, y'all. Mystical Tarot. Have you ever heard of it? It just randomly popped up in an Instagram ad, or not Instagram, Amazon. Or where the hell did I see this? I don't know. But I went to Amazon and I was like, okay, well, let me just try it. And it's weird, but there's something about it that makes me want to keep it around. Give it a try if you like. Super strange, but I can't get rid of it. I like it. Let's get 5 shuffles for my Taurus people. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Woo! Wow, okay. I'm good like that, huh? Ooh, 8 of Wands. All right. Oh, starting a new cycle? All right, that's interesting. There's still some inner work that needs to be done, but so far you're making really good progress. 9 of Cups. Really good progress. You could be dealing with somebody that's at a distance from you. This could be a Pisces that you're dealing with. But whether or not this person's actually at a physical distance, I definitely feel like there's either some kind of like emotional or psychological wall between the two of you. You know what I mean? Ellie, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. So you're moving on from this, though. You're starting a new cycle. You do have the 2 of Wands here. Okay, so there's just a little bit more inner work that needs to be done, okay? A little bit more. You're starting a new cycle, though. It's good. Don't get it twisted. This is good. You got just a little bit more inner work that needs to be done. But this right here is very, very good. 9 of Cups. This is the actual goal, y'all. Now you are stepping into the power that would actually allow you to manifest something successful if you want. Okay? But still just a little bit of heartbreak you got to work through. A little bit of heartbreak. If you all feel like things are standing still, the reason being the universe is doing this for you. You can fight against it if you want. People do it all the time. I wouldn't recommend it, but there's still just a little bit of past heartbreak. A little bit of the past that you're still clung to just a little bit. And I'm telling you, you got to let it go. You know what it does? If you still have energetic hooks in something in the past, you're still vibrating on the same frequency, okay? Like you can take a vibrational bandwidth, let's just say it starts here and ends here. It's a pretty big fluctuation up and down, but it's still within the same bracket, okay? It's still within the same bracket. Once you leave a vibrational bracket, nothing that was in the old bracket can even make its way into your reality, period. Period, end of discussion. You may be way up here at the top, but you still got energetic hooks in something that was at your old low. And you won't be able to pop up into the new bracket until you finally just release and let it go and say, you know what, it's cool. It's cool. I'm good with it, you know. The person you are dealing with here is still very burdened by this. I think that this bothers them a lot more than you know. They keep most of how they feel to themselves. I think this person is scared of commitment. Okay, could be the young, immature type that you're dealing with. Somebody who's kind of young and childish and immature. But they keep most of how they feel about this to themselves. They don't want you to know that this bothers them more than they're letting on, okay? King of Wands and the Moon card, okay? They don't want you to know. They're keeping it to themselves, trying to be cool, but 10 of Wands, it still bothers them. It bothers them a lot more than you know here. The underlying energy is the 7 of Cups in the reverse. So, it's not quite 8 of Cups energy just yet, but you don't have to follow the steps if you don't want to. You're still stepping into 9 of Cups. Emotional integrity. Emotional integrity is beautiful. I love it. What advice do we have for my Taurus people? Advice. 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 Queen of Swords reverse. Pay attention to how you communicate. Okay, when you are communicating, as long as we check ourselves. Queen of Swords in the reverse. I've given this speech a lot here in the past couple of weeks. Well, I'm going to keep giving it because this keeps coming out for a lot of my signs, okay? Queen of Swords upright and Queen of Swords reverse. This is all a matter in how you communicate. The Queen of Swords upright speaks the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, okay? When you do that, people are going to get pissed off. There is no way around that. There are people out there who do not want to hear the truth. There's no way around that. However, the Queen of Swords in the reverse is a bitch. She says things with the intent to hurt you. Don't do that. As long as you check yourself at the door and you say, okay, well, I know my intentions behind my words. I know that I'm saying this to help you. Okay, so I'm good because I know what my intentions are. However, you choose to take it, that's your problem, not mine. If you choose to get butt squirted over what I say, that's your problem, not mine. So, check yourself at the door, okay? 4 shuffles. 1, 2. 2 more shuffles. Boom, 9 of Wands. All right, so be careful. Be careful when it comes to being guarded, okay? There's nothing wrong with acknowledging the fact that negativity exists out there. There's nothing wrong with not being naive and not having your head in the sand. I'm not saying do that, but also you want to pay attention, okay? Ness Lee, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. You want to pay attention. Be very, very careful. Do not ask the universe to bring you something that you can't trust. There's a line in the sand. If you go around guarded and expecting to need to have your guard up, like every single person that you come across, I distrust you until you prove to me that I can trust you. Kim, thanks for that super chat. You know, the universe has no choice but to bring you people that you can't trust. You go around that heavily guarded, you are screaming to the universe, bring me people I cannot trust, okay? Do not fight pointless battles, Taurus. This is probably one of your all's biggest challenges, okay? One of your biggest challenges. You will fight a battle just to fight a battle, right? Just because y'all don't like backing down. You need to learn to identify. Am I putting forth work and effort that is helping me move forward? Mystical Mocha, thanks for that super chat. Or am I like holding myself in one spot because I'm being too stubborn? They say only a dead fish goes with the flow. That's stupid. That pisses me off when people say that. No, only dumb, stubborn fish fight against the current and stay in one spot, thinking that they're making progress, and they ain't going nowhere. I don't know about you, and I know lots and lots of people that I've watched over the past 5 years fight meaningless battles, and they haven't made a lick of progress. None. None. fighting, and all they're doing is sliding downhill because they're working against themselves. You know? How many of you know somebody that's been doing that for years now? 5 years, 10 years, holy shit. Still running around in the same circles that we were in 10 years ago, and you haven't made any progress. Stop fighting meaningless battles. Don't fight losing battles, okay? Learn when to throw in the white towel. Virgo!
We got any Virgos in here?
Do we have any
Virgos up in here?
I need some background music, man. The Hierophant. Okay, sweet. Could be a Taurus that you're dealing with. Not 100% sure exactly how I feel about that just yet. This is definitely a card of commitment. This is definitely a card of faith. Not sure how I feel about it yet, though. Let's see the rest of the spread and see how that plays into it. Let's get 5 shuffles. So 1, 2, 3. 2 more shuffles. Boom! King of Swords reversed. Why does everybody keep getting all these Kings and Queens of Swords reversed? Somebody got a bad attitude here. Somebody's cranky. 10 of Cups and the Lovers reversed. So for some of you, this is somebody that you're currently involved with. This could be a family member, could be a spouse, could be anybody really. Somebody very near and dear to your heart, but you're just not quite feeling the connection like you once did. Okay? Something about this connection is weakening. Maybe this is somebody that, well, I don't know. Just take that however it resonates. I'm not going to expand any more on that. There's somebody here who definitely wants commitment. Could have been a third-party situation you were dealing with too. This could be a Sagittarius that you are dealing with. I also have Gemini. It could be Sagittarius, Taurus, or Gemini. It could be anybody though, okay? But there's definitely some past heartbreak here. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The person that you're dealing with here, they don't want any drama. They don't want any childish bullshit, but neither do you. I feel like a lot of y'all are keeping your options open the best that you can, because this right here is, you're just not feeling this connection like you once did. Not quite. This spread is all over the place, y'all. All over the place. This is so mixed up and jumbled. What do you all got going on, man? At the end of it all, I think you're doing pretty well staying independent. And when it all comes down to it, most of you would rather stay independent and by yourself than deal with any drama and deal with any bullshit. I feel like there is a lot of heartbreak and a lot of sadness here. But at the end of the day, the conclusion that you draw is, okay, well, I would rather be independent and by myself. Even though I'm very lonely and very sad, very heartbroken, whatever the case may be, I would still rather be by myself than playing those stupid, childish little games, right? That's what I'm seeing here. Page of Wands reversed, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Oh, you are dealing with somebody here who, Knight of Cups reversed, the Lovers reversed. Dude. So I could be talking to like a group of more than one of you. I can't tell if you're involved with this person currently or not. It's hard to say whether or not you are currently involved with this person, or maybe you're interested in this person, or whoever it is. It's somebody that you definitely, whether you live in the same house with them or what, you hold it very near and dear here. And there's some heartbreak involved and some sadness, but see, at the end of the day though, it is a very intense connection. At the end of the day, no matter what else can be said about it, it's a very intense connection. And you know what you do with an intense connection like that? I don't give a damn if it's an intense connection with your dog, okay? What am I learning? What did I learn? That Lover's card does not indicate a connection or the lack thereof. It indicates whether or not it is felt, okay? But either way, if a connection is ever intense, the best thing you can ask yourself at the end of the day is, what did I learn? And no, not what did you learn about other people. Not what did you learn about the person you're dealing with. If you didn't learn anything about yourself, you didn't learn anything. Okay? What advice do we have? Shit, that reading was crazy. That one was weird, y'all. What advice do we have? Advice from my Virgos. 3 shuffles. The Hermit card. That's the Virgo card. Do not let yourself fall out of your element here. Do not let anxiety and fear make decisions for you. Do not let nervousness and tension make decisions for you. See, here's the thing. People ask me all the time, how do I become more intuitive? Or how do I become more psychic? Or how do I... No. Look. You are intuitive. I don't care who you are out there. You are intuitive. You've been programmed to ignore your intuition. If you have a hard time paying attention to what your intuition says, the way it works is you're going to have to get your ego to understand that your intuition knows what it's talking about. Okay? The goal is not to get rid of the ego. The goal is to get the ego on the same team as your higher self. That's hard to do. It's hard to do because the ego, there's several different things about the ego. First of all, the ego doesn't trust anybody. All it knows how to do is try to keep itself safe, and it loves to be able to feel like it's in control and predicting what's going to happen. The ego loves to be able to say, okay, if I do A, B, C, and D, then 1, 2, 3 will happen as a result. Calculate, plan, and figure things out. The ego analytical thinking brain is actually a piss poor calculator, but it feels comfortable when it thinks it's in control, right? Well, 9 times out of 10, your higher self is telling you things that the ego brain is incapable of calculating because it doesn't possess the bandwidth to calculate it. So the ego gets scared. It says, no, I'm not doing it. It gets scared. Don't let that fear make decisions for you. You're going to have to deal with being scared for a while until the ego finally goes, that weird little voice knows a thing or two. I don't know how. I can't fucking calculate it for the life of me. But every damn time that little voice speaks up and tells me something, it turns out to be right. You know what? I'm going to chill. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to chill on trying to run the show. That's how you become more in tune with your intuition. It's a process, and you have to put up with the discomfort. You have to put up with the discomfort. That is one big thing that lots of other spiritual public figures do not tell you. And that's why we would probably be awake. Well, as a collective, we probably would have awakened a long time ago if the people in my position would be honest about that from the get-go. Seems like all anybody wanted to talk about for years was rainbows and unicorn farts and pink bunnies. And now that it's down to crunch time, that's when more people are stepping up and actually telling the truth. But yeah, the discomfort, that's normal, okay? That's normal. Just do not let it make decisions for you, okay? And it'll go away eventually. All right, Capricorn, we got any Caparoos in here? We got any Caparoos in here, dude? Thanks for the positive feedback, y'all. Appreciate it. Got any Capricorns in here? Cap rising works. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Boom, 2 of swords in the reverse. All right, so somebody's definitely making up their mind. If some of you have kind of been up in your head a little bit, trying to figure out exactly what to do or where to go or whatever, whoever's been waiting and indecisive, you're making up your mind now. Mia, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. Let's get 4 shuffles here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. reverse, yeah, I think you're making up your mind that you're not waiting on this to get any better. You're kind of releasing this. There's still unfinished business, though. And I think also, too, you finally come to the conclusion. You're finally making up your mind that even if they come back, I'm done, right? This is probably somebody, for some of you, you've been waiting to see if somebody will come back around. Now you're not waiting on it. You finally made up your mind. No, even if they do come back, I'm done. It's a done, dollar, done, dollar, done, dollar, done, dollar, right? The person you're dealing with, I feel like y'all have both kind of been doing the same thing, waiting on each other. But I don't know. Let's not get into opinions here. All I'm seeing is that I think y'all are both waiting on each other, and I think the person you're dealing with is still waiting on you, but you're not waiting anymore. You could be dealing with somebody that's a little bit manipulative, but the manipulation only works for so long, you know? I've never really understood why if you have to manipulate the person you're dealing with, do you want to be with them? Do you want to be with somebody that you have to guilt trip, that you have to emotionally manipulate? I shouldn't have to manipulate you to get you to see. You know what I mean? Like, I just never really understood that. The manipulative games only work for so long. It only works for so long. Manipulation and control and making you feel guilty and making you make decisions based on me making you feel a certain way and me pulling, you know what I'm saying? That only works for so long before it's just like, look, I'm not playing that game no more. You know? And that's what I see is happening here. But there still is unfinished business lingering, Capricorns. You know what that means, right? You know what that means, right? That means that by the time this situation is nothing but a fart in the wind, you're going to have to go back, dig it back up, and process through it. Don't forget that part. Don't forget it. It's very important. What advice do we have? Advice from my Cappies. Ooh. Do not open up communication. If it's blocked, leave it blocked. If communication tries to come through, don't respond. Okay? Four shuffle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Chariot reverse, you need to learn to trust the process. Don't try to force, don't try to fight, don't try to control what the universe is doing. Like, if the universe is trying to coax you into a certain direction, don't fight it. Don't fight it, okay? Also, too, it's very important that you learn to, well, hang on, we'll get to that in a second. Don't try to figure too much of this out logically. Like we just got done saying. I said this to the Virgos a minute ago. The ego analytical thinking brain, which you earth signs are a really big fan of using, is actually a very piss poor calculator. It can't figure out very much. Not in the grand scheme of if you want to manifest something you've never had before. Thank you for that super chat. What's your name? I can't pronounce that. Minnie something or another. Thank you. Appreciate it. If you want to manifest something you've never had before, you're not going to be able to produce it with your analytical thinking brain. Okay? Your analytical ego thinking brain is nothing but a record of the past. That's all it is. It is a composite of all the experiences it's had in the past. Okay? You are not going to be able to use a record of the past and use it to produce something you've never had. You can use it to work and take a few little baby steps, but the process of manifestation does not happen while you're thinking and working. Okay? Thanks for that super chat. What's that? Butterfly vibe? Thank you. So, learn to let go. Learn to let go. Okay? When the universe makes a call, roll with it. Roll with it. Okay? Anywho, man, I feel like the messages my earth signs needed to hear have come through. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here now, all right? So I will turn your attention again to the description of the video. Okay, remember, I got some new stuff. New stuff. Leah has a new Instagram where she is making and selling jewelry with crystals and stuff like this right here. Stuff like this right here is what you'll find, okay? We got more that is going to be added to it, but it's really, really cool stuff. You should go follow that in the description. Also, if you'd like information on scheduling personal readings, that's in the description of the video as well, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. I greatly appreciate the likes and the comments and the super chats and all that good jazz. I'll see y'all sometime between now and the rest of all eternity, okay? Have a good one.